Hello and good evening. Hello and good evening to you all. Yes, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you and welcome. I don't know if anyone is able to join me. If you're able to join, absolutely wonderful. So, hello and welcome. I don't know if anyone is able to join. Maybe not. Maybe we've got one like. So, obviously, somebody is here. Good evening from Chris Wilson and Marianne and Lind. But we only get one like. Three people are supposedly in the people thing. I don't know how it works. Evening to Tina De Silva and hello. Um, as regards tonight, we won't be able to have a quiz because I will have to give you an old quiz if you want a quiz because I think it's better that we just revisit an old one because I haven't had time to do anything because today has been a very dramatic day. Let's put it that way. It's been a very dramatic day here in the south of France, and I've had to go and deal with all sorts of matters and problems and issues. And anyway, yes, but it's a big day in the world of Ghislaine Maxwell, isn't it? You know, Ghislaine Maxwell is having a bit of a change of life circumstance, and so is Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump is suing Rupert Murdoch for $10 billion. So, yes, as Polly put the kettle on, as you say, put the kettle on. Yes. Okay, that's what one of you says. Oh gosh, the kettle is on. Yes. So, yes, today is a situation-changing day in the world of the Ghislaine Maxwell case. It's also a situation-changing day in my life. I've had a lot of big discussions myself. I won't go into those my personal matters, but we've had some negotiations, and as of next Thursday, things will change in my life. So there we are. Anyway, it's great to have you all here. It's lovely that so many of you are coming in thick and fast. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to write a quiz today, so I can't give you a new quiz, but I can give you an old quiz, I suppose. I can give you one of the older ones. So we'll revisit a quiz and try it again. I think that's what we'll have to do. Yeah, we've got things going on in my world. It's my way or the highway, as they say. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the new chapter in my life, and I'm looking forward to going back to England, and I will be flying back to England on Tuesday. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a good thing for me. It's going to be a positive thing for me. So hopefully we can, yeah, there we are. That's exactly what I want to do. So life will be better once I have my own life back. Yes. Right. Okay. Well, anyway, lovely to have you all here, and nice of all of you to make nice remarks. And we will see what happens. Anyway, yes. So some of your comments are more pleasant than other comments, but there we are. So right. Yes. So right, here we are. So anyway, have you any questions before we start? Will I do a tour for your listeners? It'd be lovely to meet you. Where would you like a tour to be, Chris? Chris, where would the tour be? A tour of London or a tour of somewhere else? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to end up myself, but I will be visiting London first. That's obviously the stopping off point to begin. Please come to Wales. Okay, well, Wales is possibly somewhere I could visit, but I don't know if it's at the beginning of my agenda or later on, because I've got to go to the southwest and I've got to go to Edinburgh. They are very much the important places to visit first, and I need to go and visit my father in the Lake District as well. So Wales may have to wait a little while, but we can always visit Wales later, can't we? So Wales could be on the list. You'd like me to come to Manchester? Well, I'd like to go there. It'd be very nice. My mother is living near there in Alderley Edge, so I could come and visit Manchester, I suppose. You need to come and visit Belfast. Yep. My new agent is going to be dealing with all of these things, but we have to put it in an order that is logical. I don't know what the logical order is, but we have to stop. But I hope to see me in Edinburgh, and Edinburgh is definitely on the agenda. Edinburgh has been mentioned so many times. You're in a hotel in Hungary. Oh. Right. Well, I'm sorry about the creaking door. The creaking door is making a noise. I'm sorry, it's just a creaking door. It's not a ghost. There's no ghost in the room. It's not someone farting. It's just a creaking door. There we are. How old is my father? Well, he's a very elderly gentleman, but I don't think I should give his age away. I don't think that's fair. But he's a lovely gentleman, and he's doing very well. So. There we go. Right, the creaking door. Yes, the creaking door. You thought it was a cow. Okay, well, it wasn't a cow. It was a creaking door. I do apologize for the creaking door that you thought was a ghost cow. Okay, well, I can't really do much about it other than shove something up against it. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll be back. It's better I just shove something up against it. Now it can't move anymore. So there we go. Everything is always an experimentation on this program, and we left it where it is, and it can. If it makes any more noise, it won't move again. I can tell you that. So it's all safe. As for, we've got 77 of you. We've got people coming in. Have we managed to get a bird bath? We tried to get a bird bath, but unfortunately the local place does not sell them. So we're trying to find one. Hopefully I'll get one before I go. It'd be lovely if we could. I've been trying to get one. And we've got the bucket outside that they like, and they do like that. So they've got that for the moment, but I'm trying to find a bird bath. But we went to the garden centre and they said, well, they didn't have any. So they said they might have some in a couple of days. And I went back 2 days later and they didn't still have any. So we'll see what happens, whether maybe tomorrow they might have some, because I've got to go over to that region again. So I'll call in and see if we can get a bird bath. But if not, we have to give the birds the bucket, the birds with the bucket. But no, not these nasty people won't be able to stop us giving the water to the birds. And I'm afraid it'll be very sad for the birds when I leave, because nobody else will look after them. We had some nasty people. The very, 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 very rich people came over earlier on their yacht. They've got 3 yachts, and they came over on one of their little boats. Well, it was not a yacht; it's a boat. But they came over to say, stop giving the birds water. So, and yet another lot who hate the animals. They all hate the animals here. They don't like animals. All they want to do is kill the birds. So that was that. What do I think of the Donald Trump poem and the Jeffrey Epstein birthday? It was so bizarre. Says, hey, Tiggers. Well, what I shall say to you is, obviously, the truth of the matter is Jeffrey Epstein was a truly awful person. It's lovely to have Tina De Silva here. Thank you, Tina. You're absolutely delightful, and thank you for your support and wonderful thing. I don't understand how all of this membership thing works. I've utterly no idea how it works. The person in my technology is not very helpful in what he does. But what do I think of the Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein, obviously, he did have a 50th birthday, and Ghislaine organized his 50th birthday, and there was a man called Christopher Mason. Christopher Mason sang a song. Let me see if I can find you it, because this is actually very pertinent to the whole matter. Christopher Mason. Let me look it up. It's very hard to do this on this computer because of the fact this computer is a French computer. Christopher Mason Epstein. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. I'm very, very bad at typing on French keyboard. Right, no, that didn't help. Okay, Ghislaine Maxwell wrote a song. Yeah, this was his 40th birthday. So this was not his. This is not the 50th birthday. This was the 40th, allegedly. Of course, Christopher Mason, in 1989, was asked to perform the millionaire pedophile's birthday party. I do apologize about the noise in the background, but there is a picture of Ghislaine in 2013 with Christopher Mason. And yeah, he was instructed to knock on the door, introduce myself, sit in the middle of the room, cross-legged in Jeffrey's karate outfit. He was studying karate. I had to sit cross-legged in the room, he said. There was a real sense they were drinking brandy and smoking cigars. And he went on to say he sought the approval. And anyway, he wrote a poem. But have we got the poem here? That's what we need. We need the poem. The poem was completely weird, and this man Mason is a complete freak. No, that's a useless article. So I'm very sorry. Birthday poem. Here we are. So the poem. Let's find the poem. Have we got the poem? Jeffrey Epstein is 40 Ove. That's where it went. Life must be tough. His hair is already so grey. He sure looks older, but it's clear from his smile. The older he gets, the more juvenile. Ghislaine is lavishing him with her affections. Sounds like he's busy. Now, ain't that berserk? How does he find the time to get off work? He wakes when the cock crows whilst everyone slumbers. He rivals Einstein when crunching those numbers. He taught at Dalton, the naughty boy blushes. Think of schoolgirls and all of their crushes. And that is what this nasty little man wrote about Jeffrey Epstein, this horrible Christopher Mason. So Christopher Mason is an example of a truly nasty piece of toe rag. What a nasty, nasty man. Don't you agree? I think he is the one who deserves a bit of investigation also. Why did he write those words? Why was he told to write those words, or did he choose to write those words? And does he regret writing those words? He's not a nice man, is he? Clearly. A poem about a pleb, precisely. I totally agree with you. Yeah, there was a man who made a poem. He had a small willy, and I didn't know who I am, says Mr. Lee Kicker. Yes, well, Mason for you, vile, precisely. I think Mr. Mason is a truly vile, revolting man. I don't think he's a man. I think he's a stain on humanity, actually, because he chose to be paid by those people, and he thought it funny to write nasty little poems because he thought, oh yeah, they'll pay. Not a nice bloke, is he? Rotten to the core. Yes, he wasn't exactly Wordsworth. No, Lee. No. I think that Mr. Mason, Christopher Mason, was a disgrace. Christopher Mason was an appalling, appalling man and revolting. And I do think he should be called out for what he's done because he associated with those nasty, rotten scoundrels and he happily took their money. So, what does that make him? A piece of junk. He belongs in the rubbish farm. He belongs in the sewage pit of humanity where he is a definite belonger. So let's have that. He wasn't exactly Seamus Heaney, precisely Nicola. Nicola is correct. I salute Nicola. Well said, Nicola. Christopher Mason is not Seamus Heaney. Christopher Mason is more like Rolf Bloody Harris. He belongs with Rolf Harris and Cliff Richard and all the other horrible people of the planet. The awful people, the rubbish and the detritus of the planet. Cilla Black and Gloria Hunniford and all the rubbish. All the rubbish belong together. So we don't like Christopher Mason. Mr. Mason, you are a piece of junk. You belong on the Bibby Stockholm. Let's throw you on the Bibby Stockholm and throw you to hell. You're a piece of old rubbish. You're a piece of junk. Get out of my pub. That's what I say. Get out of my pub. And I like to say get out of my pub at top volume. I don't care who hears it. So we hate you, Christopher Mason. You are a nasty, nasty man. Who else likes Christopher Mason on my channel? Anyone like him? Does anyone like Christopher Mason? Any fans of Christopher Mason? Have we got any one fan of Christopher Mason on our channel? Do we have a fan of Christopher Mason, associate of Ghislaine Maxwell? Do we have a fan? Any one fan of this nasty man? Let's send him to Siberia, a piece of junk. He is a piece of rubbish and a piece of junk. There was a weird man called Jeffrey. His willy was egg-shaped and zesty, says Hey Tiggers. Yes, well, he did have an egg-shaped penis, supposedly. Yes, that was something that was mentioned. But have we got any fans of Christopher Mason? Have we got one fan of Christopher Mason, or do you like Christopher Mason, or do you detest Christopher Mason? Audience, I would like to know if you like Christopher Mason. Do you like him or do you detest him? Is he a nice man? Joyce Grove says, I'm not a fan. Okay, so we've got one person who doesn't like him. You don't even think his mam likes him. Okay, so his own mother doesn't like him. Anne of Cleavers says, I detest him. Whitsand says, I don't know who he is. He's a nasty piece of work. Yep. His poem was awful. Yes, well, we agree about that. Right. You hate him to the core. You've never heard of him. The majority is that hatred. We all have a lot of hatred towards Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason, you are one of the most hated people on my channel, and you should bog off and shove yourself up your own jacksie. You are a piece of junk. We don't like you, and that is not somebody we want in our orbit. So, horrible Christopher Mason, you are a creep, and you wrote a disgusting poem. Shame on you. Shame on you, you piece of junk. You are the voice for hire by pedophiles. You were hired by a pedophile to write nasty verses. You disgusting little man. You are revolting. You're a creep. You're a cretin. You should be thrown to the wolves, you revolting little man. You are a piece of toe rag. You're a piece of detritus. You're a stain on humanity. And I will continue to call you out, Christopher Mason, you revolting little man. You're disgusting. You make me sick. You don't like him. Yes, right. Okay, right. Well, we don't like him. We hate Chris Mason. Shame on you, says Wind Turbine. Well done. Well said. We will continue. Lady Min. No, she's not listening. She's upstairs and asleep. She's obviously gone to sleep. She doesn't, but she doesn't like him either. Yeah. He's an awful, awful person. Yes, we hate him. We hate him. We hate him. Yes, good. Well done to all of you who hate him. Thank you for hating Christopher Mason. Revolting, revolting. What a creep. He got paid by Ghislaine to write a dirty poem. Ugh. And he didn't think there was some kind of morally bankrupt thing about talking about sex. What a dirty little man. What a dirty old pervert he is. He's revolting. He is appalling. No, we must call him out. He is one person who needs to be exposed, along with Lady Victoria Herpes, the disgusting Lady Harvey, revolting woman that she is. We call out people who are not getting good, and 2 Foot Bernie, yep, definitely. What do I make of the couple caught having an affair at the Coldplay gig in Boston? I haven't seen the whole story, so I can't really comment. I'll have to have a look at it tomorrow, but I haven't had a look at that one yet, so I'm not really, I'm not up there with it. So I don't say anything on them, but I don't like Dirty Bernie, and I don't like Wicked Old Bag. So there we go. Right. Right. Okay. Next question. Let's have a next question. You're going to miss Lady Min. Okay. Well, Lady Min will be staying here in France, and I'm going back to England. So, yep, we're going to be in different places. So, yeah, life will move on. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Yeah, I'm moving on Tuesday, and that's the end of that. So the flight is booked. So are Maxwell's brothers on the list or in the Little Bat book? The book is the book of Ghislaine, and of course her brothers are in the book because obviously her entire family are in the book. So of course they're in the book. The book is not Jeffrey Epstein's book. I've told you this all along. I have more knowledge about the book than most people. The book is a book of Ghislaine's contacts, not Jeffrey Epstein's, primarily. The majority of the people in it were her friends, and they were her friends, and he was introduced to them via her. She was the connector. She was the controller, and he was the functionary. He was just the functionary. Did I get a bird table? I've already answered the question. We've tried to get one, but they don't have any, so we're going to try again tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. And if we can get one, we'll get one. But if not, they've got a bucket, and they've got the buckets, and the bucket they love. So the birds come and go, and I look after the birds as much as I can. So there we are. Will I miss Min? Yes, of course. It'd be sad to go, but I won't. I won't want to see the nasty daughter because she's a piece of work and she's a complete pain in the ass. But there we go. So, John Turode. John Turode. I don't know John Turode, never met him, never ever met the man, but I know William Sitwell, who of course is on MasterChef. William is a lovely, lovely man, and I hope MasterChef can find a new way to reinvent itself, and I hope William's still involved, but we'll see what happens, don't we? Right, okay, so yeah. Right. Okay. Next question. We don't have. Have we any? Yeah, you were going on about John Turode, racial slurs, and I don't know. I've no idea. It doesn't really excite me. The whole matter. It's boring. I couldn't be a MasterChef presenter, but thank you, Tina. Sorry, not Tina. Wits End. No, I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't think I'd be much use as a MasterChef presenter. I'm not a great cook. I can cook certain kind of things, but no, I don't need to be a TV presenter. What watch do I wear? I don't wear a watch. James, no, don't do watches because I did have a watch and I once got robbed for my watch, and being robbed at knife point is not a nice thing, so it's better not to wear a watch. So I don't wear watches anymore. Don't bother with watches. I did have a Rolex and it went. I happily gave it over. What do I think of Andrew will be coming up again with the Epstein thing? I've had a publisher on the phone today about Epstein and Prince Andrew. He's writing a book about Prince Andrew, and we're going to have a little conversation next week when I'm back in London. So, yeah, we're going to be revisiting that story. So, yes, I think there could be more conversations to come on that particular topic. So, we will do that again. So, I will be revisiting the story of Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. I will be visiting them. Andrew is a complete fool, and that's being kind, says Nicola Mooney. Thank you, you're quite correct. And yeah, Starmer wants to lower the voting age to 16. Well, he doesn't want to, he has achieved that. So the voting age has been lowered to 16. So it's too late to try and object. So unfortunately, Miss Perfect, you can't put a stop to that. So I don't think it's a very good idea to keep lowering the voting age all the time. It's just he thinks that all these millennials will support him, and that's what he wants, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to get Raving Rainer as the next Prime Minister, as we all know. So that's going to be a disaster area. Absolutely appalling, shocking, and disgusting. It's a real lowering of the tone. It's not suitable. It's absolutely awful. So no, we're not into that. So Keir Starmer will do anything to stay in power. No, I think Raving Rainer will be the one who takes over. Raving Rainer is coming sooner than you expect. Keir Starmer will have to go soon because Keir Starmer is so toxic that he will fall. He has a huge majority as the party have a huge majority, but I do think that he will choose to fall on his own petard. I think he will be gone. I think that he will have to go, and Rachel Reeves, Queen of Thieves, she will be blamed for everything. And I do think Raving Rainer will take over, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. For the moment, he has a huge majority, so he has the ability to stay on. So who knows? Maybe he can stay on. But I do think that he is a liability to the Labour Party, as wind turbines say. I agree. He is the liability to the Labour Party, and I think they will want a safe pair of hands, and they will view it to be raving arena. It won't be Diane Abbott, will it? Exactly. Mother of the house, the old bag, the old nutcase, the old fruitcake. She will. She's not exactly up there with the Labour leadership, is she? So it won't be her. But it can't be. What's her name? Old lady, whatever, and Lady Nuji. Lady Nuji will not exactly be given a role of chief, will she? Because she's a bit of a pain in the arse as well. So they've got to think of who they would have, and I think it would be Raving Rainer, sadly. You think Rupert Lowe is the most rational MP? Okay, well, I'm not a great fan of Rupert Lowe, but he's not that bad. He's better than other people, and there we go. They're all a shower. Miss Marple, I totally agree with you. You have got it in one. You've said it in one sentence. So there we are. They're all riding on the gravy train. Yeah, Mr. Lee Kicker. Yeah, we've got all of you. Yeah, right. So anyway, let's move along. There's 129 of you here. I could do a quiz, but it'd have to be an old quiz because I haven't had time to write a new quiz today. So you'll have to have an old quiz. So would you like an old quiz, or would you not like a quiz? If you don't want a quiz, we can forget about the quiz. It's quite possible. No. Right. Did I see what went on in Epping Forest? I don't know. I don't know what went on in Epping Forest, but anyway, you want an old quiz, some of you. So how about the first quiz I wrote? Well, I can't give you the first quiz I wrote because that's ages ago, but I can give you the 79th quiz I wrote. Okay, we'll do that one. I don't know why I've got that's the page I've just turned to. So if you want the 79th quiz, you can have the 79th quiz. So there you are. You can have the quiz 79. And quiz 79 is available and free. Well, you can't have 69 because that's in a different file. This is a book. When I started writing in this book, it was 79. Or you can have quiz 80. Okay. 81. You can have 81. Right. You can have 81. No, you can have 81. Okay. Since you're moaning and groaning, you didn't want it. You can have 81. But you can't have 69 because I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in a file in the bag somewhere. So what I'm going to say is you're going to get quiz number 81. Right. Okay. Well, just give me a moment, and I've got to move everything around. And you can try quiz 81 again. These quizzes can be revisited. I've had a publisher on the phone today. We're going to be doing a book about Jeremy Bamber, hopefully, as well. And that's another thing we're going to be working on. But he doesn't think quiz books are very exciting. So he's not into the quizzes. So I'm going to go to a different publisher for the quiz book, but he was very popular about other things. So will I miss France? Yes, it'll be very sad to go. So let's do the quiz. Okay, question number 1. Are we ready for the quiz? Are we ready for a quiz? Let's do a bit of a quiz. Have we got any of you ready? Are you ready with your answers? Who were the stars of the 1960 Stanley Kubrick epic film Spartacus. Who were the stars? So I can accept any of your answers. Obviously, there's multiple stars. Right. I will accept the first answer of Hey Tiggers, Kirk Douglas. Hey Tiggers gets 1 point. Well done. 1 point to you. 1 point. 1 point. It was Peter Ustinov, Laurence Olivier, Gene Simmons, Kirk Douglas. Obviously, Gladiators, it won 4 Oscars. President Kennedy even crossed McCarthyite picket lines to watch it. Okay, so we've got 1 point to Hey Tiggers. So Hey Tiggers is ahead of you all. Hey Tiggers has got 1 out of 20. So you've got to get another 19 if you want to win. So, next question. Which is supposedly the oldest recorded national flower in the world? What is supposedly the oldest recorded national flower in the world? It's not the rose, it's not the daisy, but the Hey Tiggers gets a second point. So well done. 2 points to Hey Tiggers. It is, of course, the thistle. It's the Scotland. It's been since the 13th century. Which is the national tree of Scotland? Which is the national tree of Scotland? Matt Luke can have the point. It is the pine. It's the Scotch pine. Matt Luke can have the point. It's the Scotch pine, but I will allow you to have that because you did say it first. Which horse in our the Royal Borough of Kensington, Chelsea, tussle, if ever there were one, out of Kensington Agent and made in Chelsea, was victorious at Bath Racecourse on the 23rd of May 2025? Which one won? Either Kensington Agent or Made in Chelsea. Which one won? Which one won? It wasn't Red Rum. It was either Kensington Agent or Made in Chelsea. Which one won? The answer is Miss Marple, who is correct. It was, of course, Kensington Agent. So Miss Marple gets the point. Well done to her. What links the 2011 end of Operation Telic, the barbaric murder of Lee Rigby in 2013, and the 2017 Manchester Arena bombing where 22 innocents were slain? What links that? What date did it occur on? All of them occurred on the same day. No, but what links them and which date? It wasn't July, no. It wasn't July the 1st. It wasn't 2015. It wasn't the 26th of June. It wasn't 1996 or 2022. It wasn't June the 12th or 12th of July. No. No. Steve Donner, I'll accept your answer. It's the 22nd of May. All of them occurred on the 22nd of May. You did throw in an extra date, but I'll accept your date. So I'll accept Steve Donner. Steve Donner, well done. Okay, so how many steps does the Wallace Monument in Stirling, Scotland have in total? The Wallace Monument. How many steps on the Wallace Monument? It's not 223. It's not 235. It's not 259. It's not 20,000. No. No. It's not 250, but you are close. Steve Donner gets the point. So Steve Donner gets the second point. Well done to Steve Donner. It's 246. Well done to Steve Donner. Supposedly it has great views from the top. I can't tell you anything other than that, so I don't know. Right, next question. In which year, in a newspaper interview, did Kylie Minogue's sister Danny Minogue claim she was sexually harassed by Russell Brand? Which year was she harassed by Russell Brand? She said, "A bit of a vile predator. Shocking remarks I can't even repeat," she said. Right. Mr. Lee Kicker gets the point. Well done, Mr. Lee Kicker. It was Mr. Lee Kicker. It was 2006, Mr. Lee Kicker. So you get 1 point. So well done to you. Okay. Who is the author of Raising Hare, an account of raising a leveret in the northeast of England during the coronavirus lockdowns? She was a former SPAD and advisor to William Hague between 2010 and 2014. What was her name? What was the name of the author of the book? It wasn't Tamara Eccleston, but Miss Marple gets the point. Second point to Miss Marple. So Miss Marple joins the ever-growing leading club. We've got Hey Tiggers on 2 points. We've got Miss Marple on 2 points. We've got Steve Donner on 2 points. We've got Mr. Lee Kicker on 1 point and Matt Luke on 1 point. So there we go. So anyway, there we go. Right. Okay. What size in meters squared is the V&A's East Storehouse in Stratford E20? What size in square meters is the? It's not 5. It's not 100. It's how many square meters is it? And it's in thousands, obviously. It's not 50,000. It's not 5,000. It's not 6,000. No, it's not 13,000. It's not 30,000. It's not 9,000. It's not 11,000. It's not 20,000. It's not 10,000. No. 14,000 is close. If nobody gets closer, I'll accept Miss Marple. We've got 15,000 from Anne Cleavers. I'll accept Anne Cleavers. It is 16,000, so I'll accept Anne Cleavers at 15,000. That's approximately. So yeah, it's 16,000 square meters. It's a retrofit of the former London 2012 Olympics Media Centre. Visitors can personally view items, obviously. So with what is Zach Starkey associated? What is Zach Starkey associated? Zach Starkey. Drumming. Okay, I'll accept that, Miss Marple. Miss Marple gets a 3rd point. So Miss Marple is now officially in the lead. Obviously, Zach Starkey is a drummer for The Who, sacked twice in a month in May 2025, son of Ringo Starr. So anyway, you've got the points. So well done to Miss Marple. With which sport is Nicholas Jackson associated? Nicholas Jackson. It's not rugby, and it's not tennis, and it's not golf. Matt Luke Ken gets a point. Matt Luke Ken gets a 2nd point. It is football, so you've got a 2nd point. Okay, well done to you. He was a footballer, and he's a Chelsea striker. Told teammates John Obi Nigel to shut your mouth after he criticised his finishing in 2024. Okay, as of 2025, who is the leading woman in darts? and a woman who made history by winning 2 matches at the 2019 World Championship. What is the name of the winning female darts player? Matt Luke Ken has kind of got the name, but he's spelt it incorrectly, so we can't have. No, that's not correct. It's not Janet Evans. No, we need the correct spelling. I will accept the correct spelling. Matt Luke Ken can have the point. Well done. So that takes Matt Luke Ken into joint first. It is Fallon Sherlock, not Gallon Sherlock, and she plans to take a year out in 2026. What is a current cake a variety of? What is a current cake? What is a current cake? It's like some other cake, but without a lid. What is a current cake? What is it like? It's not a bun. It's not a Christmas cake. What is a current cake a variety of? Sarah Havison gets the point. Well done, Sarah. New entrant. Sarah Havison. It is an Eccles cake. So you get the point. Well done to Sarah. And approximately how many cheese toasties, grilled cheese sandwiches are consumed by Britons every day? How many are consumed in millions? How many are consumed? It's not 2 million. It's not 140 million. No, it's not 6 million. Right. It's not 2 million. It's not 2.5 million. It's not 5 million. Miss Marple, I can accept Miss Marple's answer at 3 million because it's 3.3 million. 31 million Britons eat at least one per week. There you go. The cheese toasty. So there you go. So, right, there we are. Right. Anyway, with which anti-Semitic German leader was Richard Wagner very close? With which anti-Semitic leader was he close? Miss Marple gets another point. So Miss Marple now has 5 points. Well done to Miss Marple. It was Adolf Hitler. He pronounced him Germany as savior, the messiah of a counter-revolution. So he wasn't a very nice man. What proportion of women in South Korea as of 2025, aged 25 to 29, want to have children? What percentage would want to have an actual child? It's not 25%. It's not 50%. No, it's not 45. Miss Perfect can have the point. Miss Perfect, because it's 34%. So Miss Perfect gets 1 point. So well done to Miss Perfect. It's 34%. Seoul's birth rate is the lowest of any city in the world. Population is predicted to have halved by 2100. There's a crisis there. Who starred as J.R.R. Tolkien in the 2019 biopic film Tolkien? Who starred as Tolkien? Right. Now I've got to get rid of some silly message that's come up on the screen. Oh, gosh. It wasn't Hitler, no. It wasn't Al Pacino. It wasn't Ivor Biggin, no. Yes, Steve Donner gets the point. Steve Donner gets a 3rd point. It's Nicholas Hoult. Thank you, Steve. Steve Donner. Well done. Okay, next question. In which country would you find the city of Machu Picchu? only rediscovered in the last century. I don't know what you're going on about triangles on my head, but Leslie S gets the point. Leslie S. Well done, Leslie. A new point awarded. Leslie S. So, point for Leslie S. I've got a triangle on my head. Oh, yes. Here we are. Yes. Ooh, it's some kind of message from the devil. I'm Jeffrey Epstein or something. I don't know. No, I'm not. What a load of rubbish. Right. Okay. Next question. The penultimate question. When Aristotle and Plato used the term aristocracy, what did they literally mean? What does aristocracy mean? And it doesn't have a hereditary component. So, what does aristocracy mean? It doesn't mean the Illuminati, no. It doesn't mean shite, no. No, no, no. 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 I don't think you understand the question. Right, I'll give 0 points on that question. It means rule of the best. Okay, so nobody gets a point on that one on this occasion. Last time you got it. You were quite good at this question, but this time you weren't. So never mind, doesn't matter. And your final question, how much did the 9th Duke of Marlborough receive on his marriage to the railroad heiress dollar princess Consuelo Vanderbilt? How much did he receive in $1 million? How much did he receive? What kind of payment did he get in $1 million? Which was obviously a lot more than, it's worth now, but what did he actually receive? He also got $100,000 a year in excess annual payment. It saved Blenheim Palace, the Duke's vast ancestral home, and Americans trading generous dowries for titles. But what was he actually paid? So Steve Donner gets it correct. Steve gets a 4th point. So our winner tonight is Miss Marple. Miss Marple, well done. You are the winner yet again, Miss Marple. You win our quiz. So thank you, Miss Marple. You've done very well at our repeat quiz. You have done this before, and you've done it again. So Miss Marple has got 5 points. Steve Donner has 4 points. So well done to Steve Donner, a new entrant, I believe. Matt Luke, who comes in often, has got 3 points. And then we've got all the rest of you with 1 point. Leslie, Miss Perfect, Sarah Havison, Anna Cleavers, Mr. Lee Kicker, and Hey Tiggers, who's got 2 points. Sorry, I forgot he got 2 points. So, Hey Tiggers, well done. If Hey Tiggers is a man, I don't know if Hey Tiggers is a man or a woman. I've no idea. Hey Tiggers is never explained if it's a tiger or a tigger. So there we go. So Mr. Tigger or Mrs. Tigger, hope you've done well. So right, okay. Hey Tiggers identifies as a female. Okay, she identifies as a female, Mrs. Tigger. Tigger, well, we'll now remember that you are a female Tigger. Okay, Tigger. Or Tiger, or whatever you want to be called. So there we go. Right. Okay. So we can now go along, and if you want to have any more questions, you can ask me a few more questions before I choose to leave. And we've done nearly an hour of this program, so yeah, if you'd like to have a little conversation, we can have a conversation. We can chitter chatter and carry on and speak and do whatever we're meant to do. I stupidly didn't manage to put in my silly phone to charge, did I? So that wasn't a very good idea. What a stupid idea of mine. So anyway, right, okay, well, here we are. So, yes, I've got a bit of sun. I just don't know where my silly old phone's gone. I've lost it. I should have plugged it in, but never mind. It doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. We'll move along tomorrow. And I will be back to London on Tuesday, so hopefully life will be civilized. But we've got the doctor arriving tomorrow, and it's going to be, will I miss the south of France? Yes, I will. I'll miss all the lovely people I've known here. But, it's time to move on. Life is a roller coaster, and, it's like that old song. I can't remember who sang that song, but it's time to move on. I'm watching the boxing tonight. No, I don't know. I'd love to watch some boxing, but I don't have a VPN, so I can't watch anything. I can't watch television. I just listen to the radio. That's all I ever do. But anyway, you won't recognize the UK when you return. Yeah, Ronan Keating. Yeah, life is a roller coaster. Good. I'll have to find that song. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll type that in right now, actually, before I forget. I think it would be nice to hear it. Life is a roller coaster. There you go. Life is a roller coaster by by Ronan Keating. I'll play it later. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're up to with that. And here we are, and bloody Ronan Keating. Yeah, there we are. It's a shite song. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite. I can't remember the song. It's so old. I'll just have to see it. See if we can ride it like a roller coaster. But I love you all, and I think you're all great and absolutely fabulous. Have we any more questions on any other topics? Because otherwise, I'll just head off and get out of it. It's better I get off my you feel that you live in the south of France too. You're going to miss this when we go. Well, I'll be back in England and I'll be able to talk with people. And yeah, when will you see me again? I don't know. We'll see what works out with the television. And am I going to go on a tour? Yes, I'll be going on a tour. I'm getting a new agent, and my agent is going to sort out everything. He's ready to rock and roll, so we need to get on with that. And yeah, but I need to get myself out of here and work out what's going on. So anyway, I'll say thank you very, very, very much, and come to Santa Monica. I'd love to come to Santa Monica. It'd have been lovely to visit you there. Susie Mack is going to cry. You please don't cry. You don't need to cry about me. I'm just some boring old git. I'm absolutely dull as hell. Can I have a van tour? No, I'm not into vans. No, I do limousines, not vans. Let's be honest. No, I don't need a limousine. I just want a nice car. I don't want to be in a van. No, forget that. I don't do vans. That's just awful. You'll miss me. It's been a wonderful time. Don't cry for me, Argentina. You're the opposite of being boring. Right. Well, the daughter will be arriving. Yes, that's going to happen. Fancy a date? Oh, well, that's very nice of you to offer, but I don't think you really want a date with me. I'm a boring person. Right. Anyway, it'd be lovely to see you all, and I hope you can come on some of my tour dates. We will be arranging the tour dates. Please keep your public broadcasts. They will be happening. There will be a couple of days where I'm obviously off this channel because I will be traveling. So there will be dates when I don't have anything anymore because that's going to happen. But we'll be having a program again tomorrow. And, I really love the fact that you've all been so enthusiastic, so wonderful. And yeah, I'll be writing more quizzes. Quiz books are not that popular, according to the agent that I spoke with today. But I can publish one, and I can try with a different publisher. And they'd like a book on something else, so we're going to do a book on something else. So we're going to be definitely doing that with that particular publisher. So it won't be about Ghislaine. Ghislaine, the book will come out much later because we're not nearly ready for Ghislaine. And yeah, crime books will be coming out. So I salute you all. I say thank you very, very much. Thank you. You've been an absolutely wonderful audience tonight. Self-publishing, no, I don't like self-publishing. I'm not into that. That's not my kind of style. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's just second rate. I want a proper publisher who will. The publisher needs to promote the book and deal with the book, and they need to pay me in advance, and I want all of that. So no, I don't want to do self-publishing. No, it's not for me. Right. Okay. Well, thank you. Your program always cheers you up. Thank you, and have a lovely evening. Take care, and pip pip to you all. You've all been lovely. You've been absolutely delightful. So thank you very much. I'll write a new quiz for tomorrow, and I'll give you a proper quiz. So I've nearly written the quiz anyway, but I just didn't have time to do it all today. So thank you and good night. Thank you. Thank you and good gardening. Take care. Pip pip.